Welcome to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. Police officers from departments throughout the Cleveland area descended on a local McDonald's, but not for the reasons you may be thinking. We sent TV20 reporter Dan Monroe to the Golden Arches to learn more and have some coffee with a cop.
It was all about dialogue and conversation as police officers, detectives, and even the chief of police stopped by the McDonald's on East 55th and Superior to enjoy some free coffee and a bit of talk with the customers. The event was called Coffee with a Cop and was organized by Commander James McPike of the Bureau of Special Investigations.
And this is just a chance for us to kind of get out into the community, meet with some of our citizens, have discussions with them about stuff that matters to them, stuff that's important to them. You'll see a lot of us walking around with pads of paper so we can take notes and go back and maybe do research and find out things for our citizens.
It wasn't just police officers from Cleveland that showed up for a cup of joe. Customers could chat with officers from the Cleveland Clinic, Cuyahoga Community College, the Federal Reserve Bank, and the Village of Woodmere. I spoke with Jeffrey Ledwidge, who, along with his wife Peaches, owns this McDonald's, and they were both honored to host the Coffee with a Cop event for the community they serve.
You know, McDonald's Foundation is always about working with the community, and the police, the city has been so good to us, and so it's just a pleasure for us to be able to give back. And these guys work so hard, and to see today being a day for it's a Coffee with a Cop day all over the country with McDonald's, and where we can laugh and have fun and meet the neighbors and meet the community and talk about issues, as well as get to know them on an individual basis. I think it's just a win-win for all.
Some of the officers got into the fun by stepping in to work the drive-thru or bag up meals at the front counters for the customers. If you didn't have a chance to connect with the officers at this year's Coffee with a Cop, Commander McPike says the Cleveland Division of Police is always open to hear from you.
Well, our main line is 623-5000 for the Cleveland Division of Police, and you can start there. For instance, you have a question about a homicide, 623-5000, say you want to talk to the homicide unit. Whatever unit you want to talk to, call that number. They'll put you in contact with the correct department and ask to talk to a supervisor.
At the McDonald's on East 55th and Superior, for TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
The Cleveland Division of Police held their third annual Cleveland Says No More community breakfast in the rotunda of Cleveland City Hall. Police Chief Calvin Williams explains the meaning.
Say No More is a campaign that we got involved with 3 years ago here in the city of Cleveland, and it coincides with Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which is October, and we just want to bring awareness to domestic violence and let people know that we can stop domestic violence. It's not like a disease that you can't stop. It's people's habits. It's support for folks out there, and we can stop it. So this campaign is all about stopping domestic violence.
The keynote speaker at the breakfast was author Dr. Tiffany Monford Dent, who spoke of her own experience with domestic violence.
On Mother's Day, the 12th of May, 1991, my sister's abusive relationship finally ended. Not because he decided that beating her was really not the way you showed love, or that she was able to somehow break free from a never-ending cycle of abuse, reconciliation, build-up, abuse, but because it ended the way many domestic violence situations end. When the person being abused decides they are going to leave, he murdered her by stabbing her 25 times while their kids slept in the next room.
Chief Williams says that domestic violence affects those across both genders and that help is out there if you need it.
It goes across gender lines, racial lines, economic lines. There are no barriers to domestic violence, so we want people to understand that and for people to reach out for help when they need it, because there are a ton of agencies out here ready, willing, and able to help folks involved in those situations.
For more information on domestic violence or to get help for you or someone you love, visit the Domestic Violence Advocacy Center's website at dvcac.org. Well, a woman who dedicated more than 30 years to helping others now has an apartment building named in her honor. The CMHA voices sang and entertained the people who gathered to recognize PAC President Lillian Davis, who volunteered her time and energy to helping Cuyahoga Metropolitan Housing Authority residents. Hundreds of CMHA employees and residents packed the conference room at the Sankofa Village Apartments on East 30th and Community College Avenue to see the building dedication to Progressive Action Council President Lillian Davis.
As everybody knows, most of public housing is in Ward 5 in my ward, and so I had the opportunity to see her leadership and action. And as Ms. Gator said, she was always fair. She fought hard for the residents, but when they were wrong, she got in there, what's too. So, and we can appreciate that. But she made sure that everything was right for residents.
What you've done is you stayed on trying to do the right thing, which means that you made some very difficult decisions that did not make you popular, but you gained respect. You gained respect, the respect of everyone here. I know myself and the councilwoman in particular, and Mr. Patterson, the board.
Davis was also given a proclamation by Mayor Frank Jackson, plus a plaque in the building lobby was placed in her honor.
As long as I've been working for CMHA, I never expected this kind of honor, because what you do, what I've always did, I did from my heart. I never looked for no honors, but today has been an overwhelming day for me, an overwhelming day. And I'm pleased that everybody came and gave me their presence to show me that. I mean, everybody in that room I worked with for years, so they made me feel wonderful.
A meeting of the YPO, or Young Presidents Organization, met at the Orlando Bakery to discuss the status and benefits of the Opportunity Corridor, which is currently under construction. AJ Petiti, President of Operations for Petiti's Garden Centers, coordinated the meeting.
We've got a lot of local business leaders here today. We're really talking about, the city of Cleveland, economic development, great opportunities within the city, and how to hopefully get a lot of local businesses involved in, hopefully moving towards the city.
The panel for the event was led by Scott Mueller, CEO of Dealer Tire, and featured the presidents of Orlando Bakery, Misselli's Dairy, and Pierre's Ice Cream, all of which are family-owned companies located in Cleveland. Each told of their company's history and legacy in the city. After that, attendees heard of the benefits of setting up their businesses along the Opportunity Corridor from the Director of City Planning, Freddie Collier, Deb Janik of the Greater Cleveland Partnership, and Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson.
And so we take pride in Cleveland in providing opportunity for economic growth. And of course, we want that economic growth to relate to the well-being, not just of the city overall in terms of our tax base and renovating vacant buildings and taking down old abandoned property, but we wanted to relate to the people of the neighborhoods in which that development occurred.
For more information on the Opportunity Corridor, visit the Greater Cleveland Partnership's website at gcpartnership.com. If you're having a hard time getting fresh vegetables on your table, then the city has a healthy solution for you and your family. People were lined up at the J. Glenn Smith Health Center on St. Clair Avenue for the monthly produce distribution, which is free and open to the public. Every third Tuesday of the month, the center opens up its doors and provides free fresh produce to people in need. All you have to do is bring an ID and a bag or cart to carry your produce. Organizers say the fresh produce helps to make a difference to people who need it most.
This is free produce, free produce. We have everything from watermelon. Today we have potatoes, sweet potatoes. We have green peppers. We have zucchini. We have cucumbers. Please come out every third Tuesday. Every third Tuesday, we do this, giving back to the Glenville community.
How do you think this helps a lot of people out there that are, trying to make ends meet?
Because that's exactly what it does. It helps them get that produce, the important nutrients, important for their diet, on the table for them at absolutely no cost.
Other dates for the monthly produce will be on September 19th, October 17th, and the program will end on November 21st, so make sure you take advantage of this great opportunity. To celebrate National Public Power Week, CPP hosted their annual open house and solar sprint. We headed to Lakeside Avenue to learn more.
You know, this is a great opportunity to showcase public power and our commitment and cooperation with the community. By helping these kids learn about technology and solar energy and clean energy, it's a win-win-win. So that's what we're hoping to accomplish here today.
Each year nationally, more than 2,000 electric utilities that are publicly owned celebrate the fact that we are just that, publicly owned. As part of our celebration, we have an open house where we invite students in grades 3 through 8 to participate in the solar sprint, and that is a miniature car race. They actually build cars that are going to run today on solar power. And once that's all over with, we have bucket truck rides, face painting, Hazard Hamlet, we have food. It's just a day to make people understand the importance of having public utilities.
Solar Sprint is the best thing ever. Our car is about Cleveland. Since we're doing this in Cleveland, it's all about Cleveland.
This is solar power, and it's just fantastic when the kids can build their own project and they do all the work themselves, and then they can realize that engineering is important in life.
The most important thing to us in this time is our children. They are our future. So to see them actively interested in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, it just makes my heart swell.
Congratulations to all of this year's participants. If you would like more information, visit cpp.org. The Rose of Sharon Barber Salon, located at East 83rd and Cedar, just celebrated its grand reopening after being closed for several months for building renovations. Salon owner Sharon Monroe says her business may have never reopened if it wasn't for the help of the City of Cleveland and the Economic Development Department.
Well, they aided me through benefits that were made available to me through Mayor Frank Jackson and the City of Cleveland to take advantage of funds that were available, to help me move forward in having the business reopen as it is today.
Sharon says that for reasons beyond her control, she had to close up shop for 4 months. But thanks to the city, she was able to do some new renovations herself prior to opening.
Well, we enhanced the lighting with LED lighting, and we resurfaced all the counters with granite, and we did exterior LED lighting. New carpet, new partial flooring.
Mayor Frank Jackson and Ward 6 Councilman Blaine Griffin stopped by to congratulate Sharon on her reopening. Sharon says it's the mayor's commitment to small businesses and entrepreneurs that made her dream a reality.
For me, it's been a huge commitment from the start because through the employment connection, I was enabled to attend barber school. So I greatly appreciate what the mayor had in place for people like myself to be able to move forward and build on a dream.
TV20 would like to congratulate Sharon Monroe on the reopening of the Rose of Sharon Barber Salon and wish her the best of luck. Well, the Cleveland Clinic offers a new program to high school students interested in becoming a nurse called Aspire. On the latest episode of Community Spotlight, we spoke with Daria Schaaf, the Nurse Education Program Coordinator at the Cleveland Clinic, who tells us more about Aspire.
The Aspire program is an enrichment program for high school students to give them some exposure to the field of nursing. It was the brainchild of the Howley Family Foundation in collaboration with our Executive Chief Nursing Officer, Dr. Kelly Hancock.
We spoke to seniors involved in the program about what they gained from the experience.
Something I've gained from participating in the program are life lessons, because it hasn't just taught me nursing lessons, it's also taught me like how to steer my way through life, how to get through certain barriers, and it's taught me that everything is not going to go my way when I need it to, and it's taught me how to deal with certain situations. So I've learned many different type of life lessons throughout the program.
I also gained skills like CPR skills, so whether it's in the medical field or not, I have that skill on me. And I also just learned how to be like way more confident in myself.
I learned how to become stronger and more confident in myself. And then I also learned that there is so much more to nursing than just being a nurse. Like, you can be a teacher. There is so much in nursing that I did not know before I went to the Aspire program, and I'm really glad that I did.
Application deadline for the next Aspire program is October 20th, so you want to get on that right now. For more information, visit clevelandclinic.org and stay tuned to TV20 for the latest community spotlight. We'll be right back with more TV20 News.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Open-minded people.
The spirit of innovation.
Passion.
Action.
Rock and roll.
Cleveland.
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 Cleveland. Cleveland.
We are Cleveland.
We are
Welcome back to TV20 News. More than a dozen food and street vendors got together to help stop people from going hungry in Cuyahoga County. It was a celebration of live music, bacon, and beer on the Flats East Bank for the first ever Bacon and Kegs Festival. All the food items being sold were infused with bacon, and even some of the drinks. Check out the shirts being sold for charity. It was all about the bacon. The free event was a partnership with the Flats East Bank and the Hunger Network of Greater Cleveland. Organizers say this fundraising event was truly bringing home the bacon for the Hunger Network in their mission to fight the thousands of people going hungry every day.
Well, the Hunger Network helps people across Cuyahoga County through food pantries and hot meal programs. So today we're hoping maybe 10,000 people come through. So we'll get all the sales from that. So both drinks and food. So it all depends on how thirsty and hungry people are today. It is all for a worthy cause. It's going to help us do more for more people across Cuyahoga County who really need our help.
For more information on how you can donate food or volunteer for the Hunger Network of Greater Cleveland, go to their website, hungernetwork.org. The Cleveland Museum of Art held its 6th annual International Cleveland Cultural Community Day. The free event was a celebration of the city's diverse cultural communities.
When the Cleveland Museum of Art finished its renovation and opened the atrium to the public, it felt that it was a very important step to bring all the communities together. It's for all the people. The Cleveland Museum of Art's part of its mission is it's for all the people all the time. And we started by approaching the different communities and cultures down at Rockefeller Park, the cultural gardens. So we brought together, we said to those groups, come and show us your culture, show us your performances, show us your history. And it really took off. Folks want to commune with other communities, other cultures. There's a lot of energy there. It's very important. Cleveland is hugely diverse. There are so many cultures here. And to give them an opportunity to spend a day together has been an amazing energy. We have represented probably 23 or 24 performances and about 25 tables displaying the cultures here in Cleveland.
We spoke with a few of the participants about their organization's involvement and the importance of celebrating diversity in the community.
We have been coming since the inception because we're part of the larger community. We want to interact with everyone here and to tell our story for all those who will stop by our table. Cleveland is comprised of currently 29 different ethnic gardens, and we're one of those 29. We sit on the corner of Martin Luther King Boulevard and St. Clair going upward. This is a journey. It's been 38 years. Last year, we dedicated phase 1 of our garden, and now we're eagerly and enthusiastically working towards the completion of phase 2 and 3.
Motivation is a non-profit organization. We host events for the communities and professionals around greater Cleveland area. So yeah, our purpose is to get people together, express their Asian cultures, and also get people connected and then serve our communities, but also enrich the culture of Cleveland. What makes Americans great is it can embrace different cultures, different people from different aspects and ethnic. So that really makes me think like Cleveland is a very, embraced culture and then make the city great.
For more information on upcoming events at the Cleveland Museum of Art, visit clevelandart.org. And to get involved with the Cleveland Cultural Gardens, visit clevelandculturalgardens.org. Public Square was a car lover's dream as $30 million worth of cars were on display for the first ever Cars in Cleveland Auto Show. TV20's Enrique Correa was there and has more on the multi-million-dollar event.
Leah, we're here at the first annual Cars in Cleveland event, and if you like beautiful exotic cars, this was the place to be.
Great music and cool cars were an awesome combination for the first annual Cars in Cleveland Auto Show presented by Bernie Marino Companies.
This is a celebration of the car culture in Cleveland. It's our way of getting 30,000 people who love Cleveland, love cars, to come together in one place.
The car show included several cars from LeBron James's private collection. The auto show was a fundraiser and proceeds will benefit the LeBron James Family Foundation.
So LeBron James got involved because he's a great client of ours, amazing civic activist. He's somebody who really believes in reinstilling the pride in Northeast Ohio. Also happens to love cars, so he brought a sampling of his cars here. The proceeds will benefit his family foundation, which does amazing work here in Northeast Ohio.
Hundreds of people gathered at Public Square for the free auto show. Mayor Frank Jackson says the square is a perfect place for this event.
Public Square was designed for events just like this, where people could come together in one spot and enjoy themselves. And this Cars in Cleveland, this first annual event by Bernie Marino, is a great idea. We're standing next to a, what does that say, a 913 Super Spider Porsche. He says, they tell me that's $1.2 million. And since they made less than 1,000 of them, that the value goes up every year. So it's a great event.
The auto show featured $30 million in exotic cars. The Western Reserve Historical Society's Crawford collection brought in several classic cars that are worth millions.
Our Ferrari, that's the most valuable car we have in the collection. They only made 14 of them, only 8 of them came to the United States. So an extremely rare car. It's worth today probably about $4 million. Wow. Yeah, quite a bit.
There were so many beautiful luxury models on display like Aston Martin, BMW, Ferrari, Maserati, Porsche, Lotus, and Rolls-Royce, just to name a few.
This event was so great, I can't wait to see it again next year. At Public Square, I'm Enrique Correa, TV20, we are Cleveland.
Everybody loves a parade, so despite the bad weather, hundreds of people came out to honor the man who discovered America. The rain didn't dampen the excitement as people gathered for the 65th annual Columbus Day Parade in Little Italy. Hundreds of people lined the streets to see the marching bands, floats, and people passing out candy to the little ones. More than 100 groups marched in this year's Columbus Day Parade. The procession began on Murray Hill Road from the intersection of Cornell and marched down Mayfield past the Holy Rosary Church. The ceremony was sponsored by the Italian Sons and Daughters of America and the Northern Ohio Italian American Foundation. Thanks for watching TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. And up next, we'll have Christian Patterson with the Inside Sports Report.